This your boy RJ the Sandman. Welcome back to another episode of RNK the Show. I was just scrolling on YouTube and I ran across a Nick Cannon video on Vlad TV. It's not that long, so we're going to see what he says. It says Nick Cannon responds to the Orlando Browns' crazy allegations. Let's see what he's talking about.
So, I was minding my own business the other day.
Oh, shit. So was I.
And here comes Orlando Brown.
Man, what
My boy looked more embarrassed than anything on the cool.
do to that dude, man? What the fuck you do to my man? My boyfriend.
Who jokes like that, bruh?
Someone said,
Allegedly.
he claimed that you originally gave the blue bop.
Yeah. We joke and laugh. And I wanted to joke and laugh with it so much more. But when you know that brother is truly in pain and crying out for help, and really, I see when I look at him like, oh, how did we abandon such a talented young dude? And now we're laughing at him. You know what I mean? We used to laugh with him, and now we laughing at him. And I've seen that happen so many times in our community where you watch this, like I said, man, he was brilliant. And
I'm guessing he did it. He just don't want to say he did it, but he don't want to say he didn't do it.
major pain. He's on Jamie Foxx show with the chili cheese fries, and that's so like, yo, I used to really watch that kid and love that kid. You see him out at little red carpets and stuff, and like you like, yo, the kid is popping. You know, like he gonna be somebody. And then you slowly see this turn, whatever it is. I've heard various things. Like I said, I don't really know, dude, but you hear whether it's substance abuse, whether it's psychiatric disorders, just hard times, and he's not the only one. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of these people in the industry. It's funny, man. Like it's like the movie I produced and starred in, Underclassmen. Like 3 or 4 the young actors in there committed suicide.
Wow.
And I was like, damn. You know what I mean? Like when and these were, I'm young when we doing these movies. I'm casting kids like 18, 17, 16, and these are my peers. And you look up 10 years later, and it's literally because that audition didn't go well, or because they didn't get this job, or my parents wanted me to make this amount of money this year so I could continue to support them. I didn't, therefore we fell out, and now I take my own life. Like, this industry is a motherfucker, man.
Well, I've interviewed Orlando.
I've seen your interviews.
I've interviewed him.
And that's what I'm saying, but
I'm sorry, I gotta pause this shit. Bruh, I could not cheese that hard talking about a nigga who said I gave him head, bruh. I don't care what you say. This nigga just need to go ahead and admit it, or admit that he in the closet, or admit that he bi or some shit, cause nigga, that's the first thing I'd have said is to clear the air. I ain't do that shit. But he talking about some other shit down the street, around the corner, the industry all over again, psychiatric disorder. Shut up, bruh. Like, I know Vlad got all the views because this nigga on here, and the nigga ain't even say he didn't do it or did do it yet. That's ridiculous.
Picking anything, but if I had to analyze it, like, where's your line of like, all right, I'm low key.
Where's your line? Did you do it or you didn't do it, bruh?
Exploiting this dude because I know mentally he's not well.
It's a fine line. I feel you.
Orlando felt you too, apparently.
I could tell you that the persona that you see on camera with Orlando is not an act.
Yeah,
that is the same Orlando that I was dealing with before the camera started rolling.
Yeah, and that's be someone who's dealt with mental illness all my life, from my family members to now. Even one of the reasons why I went back to school and get my master's in neuropsychology is to understand the brain, because
who the hell cares, bro? We ain't talking about that.
I've seen people. I know what a manic episode looks like. I know when someone's mind is moving so fast, you're like, hey, that's genius. But then, soon as you hit that, like, it's a beautiful mind. Soon as you hit that one corner, now they're seeing stuff. Now they're schizophrenic, and it's like, it's so dangerous. From where you see somebody like, they make.
Well, bro, you not crazy, so you know if you did it or not.
And you laugh and crack up one moment, the next second they're jumping off of something, or they're slitting their wrist because they don't have control of their neurons and how fast they're interacting. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's it's a little bit more complex and it gets deeper. But I can pick up on mental illness probably.
Does Vlad have ADD or something? Like, why is he not getting back to the question? Maybe I'm rushing it. It's still like 3 minutes left in this video, but my guy is really just let this nigga just talk around the whole subject. Wow.
You know, better than most just because I've dealt with it all my life.
Yeah, it's mental illness. I think it's heavy drug use. I mean,
which is a byproduct of mental illness,
itself,
because you're trying to find. It's really because a lot of it is chemical imbalance.
Yeah, so
you're trying to self-medicating to get your balance right.
Self-medication. It's lack of funds.
And from again, like we always talked about, access to excess, and that idea of I was once here, and I just want to get back. One more job, one more. If they recognize how talented I truly am, so now you're chasing something that's no longer realistic. Opposed to you chasing this Hollywood life, opposed to getting help to just normalize who you are, and it happens on various levels, and that's the thing. Like it's like I didn't even feel like I really needed to address it because I thought
I didn't really think that you gave fellatio. In fact, we weren't even gonna post it until you responded.
Yeah.
If you look, I'm like ignore this. Yeah. Okay, he's tripping.
But that's the thing. That's what fucked me up. Is the fact that because I was people were like, no, you see, I was like, yo, and I gotta pray for my young brother, man. Like, and then.
Fuck that. That's slander, bruh. You could have sued this nigga. Hell nah. You ain't addressed that shit. You didn't address that shit because you did that shit, bruh. I don't want to hear that.
Legitimate media outlets started posting this, and that's what got me upset because my Malcolm X went on, and I was like, when.
Oh, shut your ass up, bruh. Ain't no Malcolm X going on nothing. Malcolm X would have had that nigga smoked. Okay.
He always says the media is the most powerful thing in the world because it'll have.
I'd have had that nigga smoked.
Hating the oppressed and loving.
I'd have smoked that nigga myself.
When you're oppressor, and I'm like, wow, like clearly, who is this headline helping? And when I watch my own people post shit, and I'm like, okay, so this is clearly clickbait. Do you get extra?
And you clearly did not respond to it appropriately, sir.
Money for posting this because clearly you see my young brother is in pain and struggling, so you're exploiting him. Then you come at me for no reason, like big headline, Nick Cannon sucks dick, and I'm like, alright, and I'm like, how does this work? And we've had this conversation off camera before because one thing Vlad TV is a master at the headline, and you know how to, even in the conversation, you know how to get somebody to click it to say, I want to watch that, even if the words are moved around. But then when it's moved around to not just for clickbait, but to tear down something, and then I got.
So was this clickbait? Does this nigga not respond to what he did or didn't do? Because he's down the street around the corner and on the next street already anyway.
Sit up here and spend my time like dealing with something that's so utterly ridiculous. I was like, yo, let's get to the root of the issue. Like, you want to believe I suck dick? All right, where's your Nick Cannon sucks dick confirmation check? Yes. Sucking all the dick in the industry. That's going to be the headline, too. Bill
Who's next?
Up there. Yeah. Nick Cannon says he sucks all the dick in the industry. But like, come on, man. Like, that's the most ridiculous thing, pardon the pun, I've ever heard. But that's not what needs to be addressed. The two things I felt needed to be addressed, the fact that my young brother needs help, and the fact that media, iHeartMedia, when I saw iHeart post it, I saw Complex post, I saw Shade World Star. These are $1 million entity. If they don't have $1 million, they're owned by companies that got billions. And they sit in those $1 billion companies, those establishments are sitting back laughing at us like, look how they love to tear each other down. No other community but our community does that. No other community laughs and jokes at someone else's turmoil or someone else, whatever the situation is. And that's, I feel like...
Nick Cannon, shut up, bro. I'm sorry. We not telling you to laugh and joke at this nigga shit. We just telling you to respond to did you suck the nigga dick or not. That's all we asked. We didn't ask for none of this other shit you talking about. We know the nigga crazy. He been crazy as fuck when he talking about Raven and all this shit. And, bruh, we don't want to hear that shit, bruh. That blah, 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 all that shit you was talking about, or he was talking about, we don't want to hear that, bruh. Apparently, you sucked it, and you just don't want to admit to it, but you don't want to say you didn't, because there must be some proof somewhere. Now, nothing better not happen to Orlando ass because he done exposed your ass. Now you're on Vlad down the street around the corner again. You did all that shit. You just basically reiterated everything you put in your post, bro.
That's where I was like, I want to elevate the frequencies that we on, man. And the fact that, like,
Ain't no elevate no frequencies to this shit, bro.
the funniest shit to me is like, I wrote a whole dissertation about this. And
You sure did, bro. And that shit, you was around the street, down the corner, up the hill, and down the hill like Jack and Jill. And we know you sucked the nigga dick, bro. You did that shit, bro. I ain't even finna finish the video because it's like 20-something seconds left. That nigga did that shit. This is RJ the Sandman.
This is Miss Sandman. Let us know down in the comments if you really think he did that shit or if you think he didn't do that shit. Or if you think he did do that shit and you feel like he bullshitted, make sure y'all comment down below and let us know what y'all thoughts are. We out this bitch. Gang.
Gang.